Hello, everyone. Hi, it's nice to see everyone. Hi. Happy September, by the way. It's officially September. Hey, Alex, how's it going? It's nice to see you all. Hello. Come on in. It is officially September, everyone. I don't know about you, but I'm actually kind of excited for fall. I'm looking forward to it. Hi, Mary Grace. Hey. Hi, Nesrine. Come on in. Hi, Beatrice. I feel like we've had a really good summer and I'm kind of ready to get down to business. I don't know about you all, but for me, I love September because it is kind of a fresh start. Hi, everyone, come on in. We're just getting started, so I'm very excited to see you all. I'm very excited you're all joining me. So September, fresh start. To me, it's really kind of like the actual real New Year's. Sorry, January 1st. But to me, this is a bigger change. We are leaving the longest period of rest that we've kind of had in the whole year. I think this is the season that we feel the most, the actual seasonal change. We're going from really kind of loose, languid, luxurious schedules to a little bit busier, a little bit crazier. Kids are going back to school. Yeah, me too, Mary Grace. I'm ready for fall too. Kids are starting to go back to school. Maybe, the schedule's picking up a little bit. Activities are picking up. So right now, technically we have a couple more weeks until officially fall. But right now is the best time, in my opinion, to kind of do an overhaul of everything in your life, kind of a spring cleaning, but a fall version. I focus actually a little bit more on organization in the fall just because we're going into the holidays and school schedules and everything. So really having everything in place is extra helpful for right now. Hello, hi everyone. Yes, right? Cleaning everything. Me too. And I've been cleaning out everything and just kind of finding new places. So we just got back from vacation, but before we went, I spent a lot of time in the kitchen reorganizing it for the upcoming season. Especially with the kitchen, when it comes to reorganizing, I think, fall is really important. We're going to be cooking different foods. We are going to be doing on our family, we're going to be doing a lot more baking. We're going to be using the crock pot more. We're going to be doing more root vegetables. We tend to use a lot more kind of grains in the fall, especially. So kind of reorganizing the kitchen for that and what you're actually going to be using it for is really, really helpful. Also it's not just kind of getting the kitchen set up for fall though. Having an organized kitchen really does help you feel like you have your life together. And it's not just making you feel like it actually kind of gets your life together, which is a huge plus for me. So I kind of want to show you how I organize my kitchen and kind of go through the benefits as we go through it. But some of the really big benefits just off the top are you're going to save a ton of time and energy. All the time you're searching for different things, you're hunting for items, you're trying to find a place to put stuff away, or cramming things in. You get all of that time back when you kind of just spend a little bit of time organizing in advance. The energy is a given, and if you're doing meal planning, knowing what you have in your kitchen before you go to the grocery store or even before you start your planning, you're going to save so much time, ton of money, and definitely going to not be wasting as much food. So there are a lot of benefits. Plus, having a beautiful kitchen is just kind of a great thing to have. We spend a lot of time in here, either personally or socially. So having a place that we love to be is really, really crucial as well. So I'm just going to jump in and kind of show you what I've been doing lately. But one thing that I really think about when organizing is kind of how you move through a space. And it's almost like a feng shui / ergonomic approach to organizing. But it really does help as far as just making that effortless flow. So I'm going to show you kind of an area first. Come with me. So I'm taking you to my little breakfast / coffee bar area. And let's see if I can get that set up. Okay. So there we go. So this is kind of an area I like to have right by the sink. I have my kettle over here, over there. And then I have all of my coffee goodies over here. And then I also have things that we use for the morning and also for lunches. So right here, this has been a game changer. Oh, my ruffles are so ruffly. They're kind of in the way. Okay. And I'm gonna just sort of take a second and set this up so you can really see it. There we go. So this is from Yamakaze. This is an amazing brand. Now they're really focused on functionality, but with an aesthetics in mind, which to me is really, really important, actually, especially when it comes to organizing, because it really does actually help keep you organized. So it's all designed in Japan. So, you know, in Japan, there's a lot more small spaces. So that's really something that they've really considered, is how to maximize small spaces. So whether your kitchen is enormous or just a tiny, tiny kitchen, I find that space is something that's just very important to have regardless. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much space you have. We always want more, right? My dad has this joke that if you put up a couple shelves and you turn away and you look back, all of a sudden they're filled with things, and it's kind of true. So, you know, I love how they really think about maximizing small space. I keep all of my coffee things in here. This is actually meant for spices and seasonings, so there's so many different uses to it. But I love the Bialetti for espresso, so I have my espresso coffee here. I do matcha later in the day, and then I have my Nespresso pods. Hey, Asana, hi, Kate. Yeah, they have really interesting items, Nazreen. My Nespresso pods for emergencies, emergency coffee. So I have that all there, but this is the really cool thing about it. You can actually continuously stack these. So I'm gonna get a little closer so you can really see. But you can actually just stack all of these. So you can really customize these. And this is a huge theme for today with the products I'm gonna show you. Everything is really customizable for the most part. And that's very important as far as actual functional use for storage. You really need to, this is one of the biggest helps I've ever had, is really thinking about building out the storage that you specifically need. So customizability is key to actually utilizing spaces correctly. Yes, it comes with 3 of the containers, and then you can actually continuously stack these. So if you wanted to get more than one, you could actually just continuously go from there. But I love that idea that like you can really build it out. Another way to really maximize space is to build pantries in areas that aren't necessarily a pantry. So for example, if you wanted to put these in a shelf, you could actually take just one of your cabinets and turn it into a little pantry. And I'll show you a little bit about that in a minute, because I did that a little bit, and I'll show you. But so this is the Yamakaze. I love it, again, for coffee, but again, spices, herbs. If you're really into baking, flour, oats, and sugar, kind of a go-to combo. I love sugar, stevia, other things, creamer. So there's so many different ways you can use this. And, you know, another thing I really love actually about a lot of these products is you can kind of, you know, when organizing, a lot of the time, it's good to measure ahead and figure it out ahead. But all of these are so customizable that you can actually just buy them and figure it out as you go. And that's kind of how I did it. And they made a huge difference. So we're going to move on. I'm going to show you these beautiful containers. Yeah, I know this is really great for pantries, traditional or build your own. These are gorgeous glass containers. The tops are actually walnut, and they're carved, and they're made in Portugal. They're really gorgeous. And they hold so much. You can see how much height they use. So I love to use these for things that I use every day. So I've got Cheerios because I got a 2-year-old, so that's kind of a must. It's my bribing jar. And then I've got chia. We use chia in everything as a topping, as a pudding, all the works. So we have it here. And then we have oats for baking, for breakfast, for literally everything. I use this maybe 3 or 4 times a day. So these are the things that I use often. Now, because they are also circular, they're really excellent for using in corners. They're going to maximize that space, and they're going to make them really beautiful. And when it comes to keeping your countertops clean, I really try to take as much as I can off of the countertops, but what I do keep on the countertops, I want to be absolutely beautiful. So these are stunning. You can see immediately how much you have. They are actually an element of decor. They use that corner really well. And, oh, they're dishwasher safe, by the way. So actually, you know, almost, I'll go through everything, but these I would hand wash, but almost everything else is top rack dishwasher safe. So we'll go through that. But I really love the different heights because they use that vertical space. They don't take up a lot of the counter space. So they're really easy. You can see how much stuff I have, how much I can access very quickly. So I'm going to move you on. Actually, let's look inside the cabinets, shall we? So I'm going to go ahead. Let me see how I'm going to just give this a shot. Let's see how it goes, guys. All right. We're going down into the cabinet. How's that? Can everyone see? I'm gonna just take a seat. Hi, everyone. Welcome to my cabinets. So I'm going to show you kind of okay, great. I'm going to show you, thanks for the feedback, Alex. I'm going to show you kind of how I organize down below and why. So another really great tip that I have for organizing things, everything from baking sheets to cutting boards, lids, everything, is to file them as opposed to stacking them. So that's exactly what I've done here. Now, our stove is right here. So again, kind of thinking about where things go according to how you use them. These are things that I need to access often. So I have my son's kids' plates here, and then we have cutting boards that we use right here all the time. We have our trivets, and then obviously our pizza serving platter because that's used a lot, and just a couple other items. So this is one of the most useful items I have ever come across. It's an expandable cookware rack, emphasis on expandable and also emphasis on adjustable. I'm gonna pull this one down. It comes in two sizes. Well, kind of. One is actually not expandable. This one is not expandable, but it is adjustable. And then this one expands, so it can go about this length and it can about double from this. So. But I'm going to show you why it's so great. So you can actually adjust these. So you can place them anywhere you really want them to be. And all you have to do is just kind of press them in and move them. They're really easy. I would say a fifth grader could do this. It's super easy. You're not going to struggle with it, which to me is a huge plus because there's always, I often find really cool tools, but then you have to fight them. So this is really easy to use. It also has it's rubberized on the bottom so it doesn't slip, so no need to actually install them, which is a huge plus, which means you can use them all around the house. You can move them around, you can adjust it as you want. So to me, that's a really big bonus. These are the same. You can move these around, but again, you can expand that one. However, one other thing that's very cool about that, as far as just kind of moving these around, you can see how some are a little bit more narrow than others. So for instance, my cutting boards, they don't actually fit upright in here. But because I'm able to adjust these and move these further away, I can actually store them at an angle, no problem. They're not gonna fall over, they're not gonna take up too much extra room. So you can see how neat and organized things are, even with things that don't actually fit in this space. It's just, I've customized it to actually make the right kind of storage for my items. And again, that's a huge key. So these are amazing. And also, these are not just for the kitchen. I have seen these used all over the home. This one in particular, actually, I like to use it for clutches. Purses, if you want to try to stack them, they always fall over. You can file your clutches as well. They're also great for house slippers. We have a little like a cabinet by the entrance, and you can just place this in a shelf, and you can slip in your house slippers. We're shoe free in the house, so when we go in, we can take house slippers out and pop them on, and this makes for really easy storage. So yeah, right? Isn't that true, Stephanie? They're amazing. Yeah, totally for magazines. And Alex, I thought you were saying you would work for magazines, yo, but two of them. Okay, well, same. But I've also seen them used just for files. So they're really, really useful. Again, these are tools that you can just buy and figure out as you go because there are so many uses. You really are not going to get stuck with something that you cannot use. So I really love this for a smaller area than this, but also in my closet. So. And I brought this out because I wanted to show you how it stores lids as well. Because it has this little dip here, even if you have a handle, makeup palettes, Mary Grace, that's brilliant. I hadn't thought of that. I love that idea. That's a great idea. But you can store it and you can see no matter what the handle, there's plenty of room. So even if you want to put it here, it's no problem. So look how easy that is to store. I mean, these were kind of in a pile in a drawer before, so this was really, really a big game changer. So let's get out of my cabinet, shall we? Oh, but actually I did want to show you one thing. So before, I actually had my Instant Pot and my mixers back here. I had all of that, our air fryer, all of that in here. Look how much more I was able to put in here, and I'm actually able to access these even more easily because of that. So just one tool can actually change an entire cabinet. So just wanted to show you that. All right, bear with me as we go back up. All right, hello. Okay, so I'm going to move us on. I'm going to show you, remember we were talking about that pantry that you can kind of make anywhere? I'm going to show you that. So we're going to come over here and just see. I'm going to have to angle you down, so I might take you. Got a spam call. Okay, let's see. Can you see this, everyone? Let me see if I can make it a little easier for you. Let me see. There we go. This might work. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Dawn. Let me just back it up a little so I can show you more. Okay, so this is a pantry, but it's a drawer. What's going on? So thank you to these amazing little modular items. These are little storage. I think they're BPA-free plastic. They come in a set of 7, and they come in different sizes. This is the largest. I believe it holds, you can look it up for the details. I think it's about 70 milliliters total, but definitely look it up. And they are absolutely fantastic. These changed my storage system more than absolutely anything else because the top is see-through, so you can see right into them. You can see exactly what you have, and you can see how much of it you have. So instead of having to store everything on a shelf, I could actually just slip it all right in a drawer, and I can see everything. And not only that, it actually takes up less room. So they're airtight also. So they're really great for storing things long-term and also short-term. So for me, again, because it's fall, we do a lot more grains. So I've got my quinoa, we've got rice, we've got flaxseed, lentils, hemp hearts, and then I have, I do like a chia pudding mix for my son every morning, so I kind of pre-mix it, part of the meal planning, and I have it all set here. I know how much I need for the week. He has it pretty much every day, so it's all set to go. It's right here. So, and then after that, I was actually able to divide this drawer into 2 different uses using these incredible acacia drawer inserts, which I'll get to in a minute because they are really, really game changing. I use them all over the house. Every drawer has them. But just a little bit more about these. They're also dishwasher safe. They're fridge safe. They are not freezer safe, however. So take my word for that. But they're airtight. They're very easy to stack. I'll show you. Actually, you can stack them. I'll show you this one. You can stack them up. So because this is such a deep drawer, you could actually keep stacking these. So you can get so much in here. It's really incredible. And again, like these are one of the things that you're gonna buy. I bought and I said, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use 7 of these, but I'm probably going to buy 2 more sets because they're that useful. They're great for your pantry. They are great for a drawer. They're actually so beautiful. You can put them out. They're excellent for stacking in a cupboard. There's so many different uses for them. So, and like I was saying, because of these acacia drawer inserts, I'll grab one. Be right back. Here we go. Hello. Because of these acacia drawer inserts, I'm able to use these for 2 different purposes. So on this side I have our grains, and then up here I have all of our grab and go items. So, you know, I've got our Yeti lunchbox, I've got our thermos, I've got his little snack cup, I've got our straws, our stasher bags. So we have absolutely everything. So these are the inserts. They're basically dividers. They will just kind of spring pressure. They're very easy to use. Again, a 5th grader. I don't know why I'm stuck on 5th grade, but 5th graders could use this. 4th graders could probably use this too. They are acacia, so every single one is actually really unique, which is kind of beautiful. I love this idea of almost having like an artisanal divider. I mean, it's pretty luxurious feeling. But they're really easy to use. They're rubberized on the end. They're not going to damage your drawers. I had a set before I got these that were similar, but not nearly as well done. And the spring was too strong and actually pushed out the back of my drawer. So it's actually a huge bonus that these are very specifically designed to not damage your drawers themselves. And they haven't at all. So I really love these. They come in multiple sizes. So depending on what drawer you want to use them in, you can really get creative with them. And again, that's customizing for your own space. So I only have one in here, and this is the deeper one. But if you look here, pull this one out, you can see I've used two of the more shallow ones, and that's really given me a lot of space in a single drawer. I have three purposes in one drawer, and it's a shallow drawer, so that's really saying a lot. So I'm just gonna talk to you about this drawer really fast. But basically you can see I have my spices in here. We have all of our paper, wax paper, what's this, tinfoil, oh my gosh, tinfoil, and everything like that. We used to have plastic bags in here, but because of our stashers, we don't need them anymore. So this actually kind of helped minimize this area. And as far as spices, there are so many different ways we can organize spices. And I'm actually going to get into that a little bit later I think it's in the month coming up, which I'm really excited about, because there's really, really great ways to store spices based on where you live and, kind of how your kitchen is or how you use them. But for us, just having them really accessible here is really easy for us. These are things I use in smoothies or supplements, or like nettle, wheatgrass, blue-green algae. Pop them in with my blender, which is right up there. Collagen, so I like to use the smaller of the modular items. The storage bins just for a little, sometimes excess. One of the biggest tips for keeping your kitchen organized is really decant everything. You feel like it takes time, but it saves you so much time. You will not be frustrated. And I've gone over this a little bit before, you decant, when I get a new box of something, I decant it immediately. And then if there's leftovers, I will roll it up and put a little elastic on it and store it in a separate bin. But when you kind of get to the end of something, if it's in one of the larger containers, I really like to use these to kind of shift it into this, so I don't have to worry about taking up that much space. I can kind of use them faster. So these are really, really, they come in handy quite a bit. We laid our spices this way. If you have a deeper drawer, you can put them upwards. Trick though, always label. Always, always, always. Labeling, especially when you are decanting, it's really important. For these, I didn't feel like I needed to, because you're able to see right in them, and also because I placed these in the drawer on purpose because I use them all the time, so I know what's in there. However, if I were going to put these in the pantry and there are things that I probably don't use as often, I would definitely label them. And it's really important to label, not just for you, and not just because it looks really nice, but also because unless you live alone, you have other people who are using the space. And if you tell them you designate where things go, trust me, it will save you so many fights, so much frustration, so much passive aggressive, like you put the butter in the wrong, you know what I mean? So it just, do yourself a favor, skip it, label it, and if they don't put it back, well, there's the evidence, right? So, it's a huge benefit. But speaking of labels, I'm gonna show you the coolest label maker of all time, but not on the floor. Let's get off the floor, shall we? All right. Oh, wow, the comments have been going. Hi, everyone. I'm catching up. Yes, yeah, exactly. And actually, before I jump into the label maker, a little bit more about the dividers are that you can really customize them. I have two. You could put three in. You could get really, really creative with these. So again, these are one of those products that you're going to get maybe one set. They come in a set of two, by the way. And you're going to kind of want more, so I promise. But I use them actually, especially for folding kids' clothes. Kids' clothes are this big. They're so annoying. But when you have these dividers, I don't even fold his clothes. I just kind of like fold them in half, or like smush them in half in some kind of uniform way. And then in one drawer, I have shirts, shorts, and pants, because because of those dividers, I can do that. So they've been really helpful with that. They've been really great in the bathroom for hair supplies, things like that. So you are really going to find a lot of uses for them. So onto the label maker. This is the world's cutest label maker. Let's just start there. It is adorable. It kind of reminds me of those instant cameras. We have one that we bring on vacation with us, the little Polaroids, like the Fuji's. It kind of reminds me of that. It's just super cute. It comes in 3 different colors. So it comes in white, black, and pink. I generally always go for neutrals. It's just my way. However, with the label maker, I really love the pink because I love that you can just see it so quickly and easily. It's kind of my trick for my phone. Also, I've started using really obnoxious phone cases covers because I can actually find my phone that way. It's kind of the same idea. But this uses thermal ink, so you never have to buy ink ever with this. Huge bonus, makes it way more efficient. It can also print 2 different kinds of labels. So you can do continuous paper or non-continuous paper. So basically just little labels, but you can do so much with this. You can not only do labels for, you saw my spices, but you can actually do icons. There's different fonts you can use. You can customize. I think you can even add an image, in rudimentary image. So many different things you can do for this. This is really kind of intended for small business owners. That's why it was originally created, which is why it is what I love to use actually for the house, because when you have a small business, you kind of have to do everything. It's the same when you're running a household. So having this on hand and being able to label in different ways is really, really useful. I know it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Like, you just want it because it's cute, you know? But I really also love the idea because it does print icons. I can use this to do labels that even my son, who cannot read, can identify and understand. So, you know, if I wanted to label something and be like, you know, this is for plates, you could have a little plate icon and he would understand it. So I think this is really cool. Yeah, that's why I originally got this, Alex, is for spices. And then I just started walking around being like, what else can I label in my home? I know, me too. Uniformity is truly a mental health aspect. I really think it's like really important. As far as, the tape, you mean the printing tape? Yes. So it actually takes different sizes. So if you look on the app, you can kind of see the range. They'll tell you all of the range. But for the labels, if you can kind of see, it's only like half of it. So you can actually even print almost a shipping label on this. I'm not saying it does, but like that's the size that you can reference. And yes, Alice, is really good for doing dates of when you get things to, for sure. If it's especially something that is in your pantry that you're not going to use, or especially for the freezer, really good for freezers because things tend to get lost in my freezer. That's the thing that I often have the most trouble with is, you know, you think it's frozen, so it's good forever, but it's not. So that's a really big one. But it's also water resistant. So especially for labeling things in the kitchen, that's really useful. And then also it's not going to smudge because it's thermal printed. You can't smudge the ink. So it's really good to go. Also, Bluetooth. So you just do it on your phone. It's really, really simple and straightforward and easy to use. So I really believe in labeling absolutely everything, and this is my go-to. So, forgot I printed this out. I just wanted to show you, this is how small the font can get. So for spices, and sorry, it's so small you actually can't focus on it, but you can see the size. For spices, you can see how tiny it can go. So it's really great for that. And, you know, being a little bit obsessed with aesthetics, you know, it has to have a nice font, and this has really great fonts. So yes, there are different color. Oh no, not inks. However, there are different color labels. So they get really fun with the labels. So you can do clear, which I thought was very cool. You can also there's a range. So you can do even a silver, or gold. So there's a lot of different label colors. So that kind of helps. So yeah. So anyway, those are kind of the basics for getting the kitchen organized. I definitely have more to share with you later, but one thing I'm really excited about sharing with you are a couple other ways just to kind of make things that are everyday tasks easier. So next week, I'm really excited. I'm going to be sharing a lot of ergonomic techniques and also really great finds that are going to make those everyday things that we all do a little bit easier and a lot more fun and more enjoyable. So, and efficient. So I'm really excited to see you all next week. But also, you know, just as far as getting your kitchen organized, just one final thought. You know, it may feel like it's a big task to do that. I really do recommend start with one section and move on from there. I think when you feel a little bit of success, you start really feeling like you can take on all of it. And I think that's really important. But also, you know, think about that time that you're putting into it now and how that's going to save you time in the future. It really is. So if you really take the time and effort right now and that energy, your future self is really going to thank you. I guarantee it. So anyway, I will see you next week, and thank you all for joining me. See you later. Bye.